with Democratic strategist Bernard Whitman and GOP strategist Jonathan Grella. Thanks, gentlemen, for being with us. We were just talking about Obama. Is it going to help or hurt his campaign? And then we started talking in the commercial break about Hillary Clinton. Is Hillary just loving this and running with it?
Well, I think she's wisely staying out of it, because we saw when the foray in South Carolina, getting into the racial politics didn't go so well for the Clintons. And I think that she's making the decision that there are enough sharks circling the waters on this, and her campaign is wisely laying low. Having said that, I think Obama is treating this in the appropriate way, to keep the tenor on this down, to keep it low, to keep it direct, to issue a very clear and unequivocal repudiation of this, and let the Republicans, make muck of it as they will. But I think Obama's job here is to focus on the issues, focus on his message, and not get overly distracted by this attack.
But that's interesting. And Jonathan, as Bernard is pointing out, let the GOP tackle this, go after him a little bit. But it seems like McCain is doing the right thing here, sort of trying to act presidential, not even getting in the middle of this. Am I right?
McCain is a seasoned politician. He knows not to get in the way while his opponent is burying himself. There are plenty of cautionary tales here, from Bill Clinton's experience with Sister Souljah, where he was able to differentiate and distance himself from extreme comments. The same thing is true here, and John McCain has done a very wise thing, politically speaking, in disavowing comments of the so-called agents of intolerance. But Obama's experience with Reverend Wright here, it makes the agents of intolerance look like that old claymation show, Davy and Goliath.
I mean, Bernard, that's a good issue. This is not just denouncing Sister Souljah, as President Clinton did when he was running to try to differentiate himself. This is one of his major confidants, closely married him, baptized his children. How do you explain him just saying, well, I don't agree, and that's it? It goes much deeper than that, and that's why it raises questions for a lot of people.
Well, frankly, I, as a Democrat, welcome this, because I think it's pretty clear that over the Democratic nomination process, Obama has gotten fairly much of a free ride from the press. And if, in fact, he is our nominee in November, what we're seeing today is going to pale in comparison to what the Republican attack machine is going to serve up. So I think it's critically important that Obama is tested.
It's not the attack machine. It's fact. It's his own comments blaming America for 9/11, talking about Zionism, saying it's a white culture, a rich man's white culture. That's not an attack machine. Those are facts of Barack Obama's minister for more than 20 years.
But the truth is, all of us in our personal lives have people who we love and admire and respect, who oftentimes say things that we don't agree with. And when Barack Obama says, he's sort of like that old uncle who you got to love because he's family, but sometimes when they talk, you cringe.
But
and I think that Obama has made that very clear.
You only see that old uncle one time, and that's at Thanksgiving or Christmas around the dining room table, and you don't want to sit next to him. This is his pastor. He's 20 years every Sunday, or almost every Sunday, sitting in the sanctuary and listening. He had to have heard at some point some of these comments.
Well, that's exactly
comments
right.
that...
Well, John, why doesn't this go away? Because, we saw McCain handle that Cincinnati talk show host who came out before one of his campaign stops, and he ended up saying some inflammatory things about Obama. McCain came right out, right away, denounced him, and it went away. The story fell away the next day, but this story keeps going on. Is it because of the long-term relationship here?
Exactly right. Guilt by if Obama wants a free pass on guilt by association, then have him sign on the dotted line and say he's not going to compare McCain to George W. Bush, and he frankly rings disingenuous to do that just days after he's linking Hillary Clinton to comments by Geraldine Ferraro. He's previously taken offense comments by Sweat and references to his past. So if,
all right,
if
well,
Obama's,
Jonathan, this is just beginning. We're going to be talking about this for a long time. It's just getting heated up. Thank you both, gentlemen, for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Well,